support for the adoption of this bill. Mr. Speaker, as one of the co-authors of this bill, my vote is a big yes.
Ibrahim Ahod. Ismail Haji Abdulaziz.
Yes.
Gayak Abdullah. Gera Edward. Hasim Abdullah.
Yes.
Hasan Natimin. Iqbal Mawager. Ismail Rasul. Jajure Raisa. Jakilan Muslimin.
Yes.
Jikiri Al-Bakil. Karon Bainon. Lidasan Mussolini. Loong Don Mustafa. Lorena Jose Ribani. Makako Abdurrauf. Makapaar Abdullah. Makaraya Jamil.
Yes, vote.
Makasalong Marjani. Manguna dato Kadafe.
My vote is yes, Mr. Speaker.
Mantawil Malik. Mastura Dato Tukaw. Mastura Siti Sahara. Mastura Siti Sahara. Mawali Lamil Bahar. Mitimbang Natumid Bantaw. Mitmug Rasul Jr. Mujahid Abdul Mahmin. Munoz Hussain.
Yes, yes.
Oranon Suwaib.
Yes, yes.
Pakasa Mabayda. Pak Abdulahab. Pangandama Nabila Margarita.
Yes.
Ramos Jamila. Rimbang Sultan Edrisa Nasser. Rimbang Sultan Edrisa Nasser. Sakar Madayaw. Saleda Said. Sali Al-Said. Sali Al-Said. Saliga Romeo.
1 minute, 1 minute, Mr. Speaker.
You may proceed.
Yes, I want all our people to be healthy, as I do believe health is wealth. It is the best legacy that we can give to our people. Hence, my vote is a healthy yes, Mr. Speaker.
Salik Ali. Sanki Ali. Sani Punduma.
Yes, yes.
Sattar Al-Sad, Sema Omar Reser,
Yes.
Sema Romeo, Sheikh Said, Silongan Aida, Sulaiman Ali, Tago Paisalin, Tanabil, Uja Sahi,
Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Proceed.
We have just done equitably to the people of Sulu as in consideration of the Basorta area of Barm. With this precedence, in behalf of my colleagues from Basilan and Tawi-Tawi, we're expecting that we can do as well our task to be equitable with the people of Basilan and Tawi-Tawi to have upgraded their hospitals respectively in the near future. Thank you very much. My vote is yes.
Ulama Melanio, Usman Azfar, Yacob Muhammad, UAK Narciso,
Mr. Speaker, can I have my 1 minute?
Yeah, the gentleman from Cotabato City is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I wish to congratulate all members of Parliament and all the hardworking Secretariat for passing all these bills, for working on these bills to be passed. But I'm sad that my name was not included in this since I've been present most of the time, and I submit my name to be included in the co-author. So may I respectfully request to include my name as co-authors for bill number 89, 90, and 92.
The Secretariat, please take note.
My vote is yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Alhamdulillah, we have now the result of the nominal voting of the BTA Parliament Bill number 90 entitled An Act Upgrading the Sulu Provincial Hospital into a Level 2 Hospital, increasing its bed capacity to 200, upgrading its professional healthcare services and facilities, authorizing the increase of its medical personnel and appropriating funds therefore. Mr. Speaker, we have 47 yes votes with 0 no vote and 0 abstention, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the yes vote have it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
With 47 yes votes, 0 no votes, and 0 abstentions, BTA Parliament Bill number 90, an act entitled An Act Upgrading the Sulu Provincial Hospital into a Level 2 Hospital, increasing its bed capacity to 200, upgrading its professional healthcare services and facilities, authorizing the increase of its medical personnel and appropriating funds therefore, is approved on third and final reading by the BTA Parliament in plenary session.
Again, Mr. Speaker, we proceed on number 3 on item number 13, BTA Parliament Bill number 92. Mr. Speaker, I move to approve on third and final reading BTA Parliament Bill number 92 entitled an act upgrading the Buluan District Hospital from level 1 district hospital with 75 bed capacity to level 2 district hospital with 200 bed capacity in the municipality of Buluan, province of Maguindanao, and appropriating funds therefore. By nominal voting, Mr. Speaker.
There is a motion to proceed with the third and final reading by nominal voting, BTA Parliament Bill number 92. Is there any second? There being no objection, we shall proceed with the nominal voting. Secretary General.
Nominal voting on BTA Parliament Bill number 92. The Honorables Abbas Akkad, Abbas Haron, Abbas Hurricane, Abbas Basit, Abu Mujib,
Yes.
Adyong Jo Rahman Alonto,
Yeah.
Aha Abdullah, Alami Eliza, Alauddin Faiz, Ali Ibrahim, Ali Lano Jr., Ali Dimapag, Alil Cesar, Ambuluto Suarto,
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
The gentleman from Cotabato City is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With the understanding that the upgrading of the Buluan District Hospital will not only serve the service communities within the coverage of the Buluan District Hospital, but also not only the province of Maguindanao, nor only the people of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, but it will also serve the needs of the other peoples and communities in the nearby provinces and region, making the Buluan District Hospital not only as a district hospital, a regional hospital, but an interregional district hospital. I vote yes, Mr. Speaker.
Ampatuan Baitan, Anayatin Susana, Asmawil Muslima, Malindong Ali Pangalian, Bara Hamid Aminuddin, Basman Anna Tarhata, Burahan Abraham,
Yes.
Kandao Bay Maleha,
Yes po.
Dandamot Latif Maysara, Diabla Musa, Diabla Musa, Dipatuan sa Prula,
Mr. Speaker, may I have 1 minute once again?
You may proceed, Your Honor.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Honorable Presiding Officer, Majority Floor Leader, Minority Floor Leader, other officials and distinguished members of the Bangsamoro Parliament, good afternoon. Once again, I stand before you as one of the principal authors of this bill, just like the other previous bill, and as chairman of the Committee on Health. I personally spearheaded the public consultation for the upgrading of the Buluan District Hospital that was held in the gymnasium of the municipality of Buluan, Maguindanao Province. I was joined by by Honorable MPs Mastora Ambuluto and Bainon Caron, both members of our Committee on Health, and Honorable MP Kadafi Maudadato, one of the principal authors of this bill. This was the first time that I physically attended a public consultation conducted by our committee since I suffered a stroke in June of 2021 and then later underwent an open heart bypass surgery at the Philippine Heart Center in Manila. It took me some time to summon enough courage to be seen in public, working in an awkward and precarious manner, such as the way you are seeing me today. But in spite of the difficulty and limitations in my movement, I did my best to be present during the public consultation to demonstrate my strong commitment to the upgrading of hospitals in the entire Bangsamoro region outside of my home province of Lanao del Sur. I am therefore overjoyed that we are now seeing the fruits of our collective efforts through the imminent approval of this proposed bill. Thank you to all distinguished members of the Bangsamoro Parliament for your overwhelming support for the approval of this landmark legislation. Mr. Speaker, my vote is a resounding yes.
Ibrahim Ahod, Ismail Haji Abdulaziz, Gayak Abdullah, Gera Edward, Hasim Abdullah,
Yes.
Hasan Natimil, Iqbal Moger, Ismail Rasul, Jajuri Raisa, Jakilan Muslimin,
Yes.
Jikakil, Karon Bainon, Lidasan Mussolini, Loong Don Mustafa, Lorena Jose Ribani, Makako Abdurauf, Makapahar Abdullah, Makaraya Jamil,
Yes, vote.
Makasalong Marjani, Manguda Dato Kadafe.
Mr. Speaker, may I be allowed to deliver my sponsorship speech and also to cast my vote, Mr. Speaker?
You may proceed, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. This humble representation from the Second District of Maguindanao would like to express my gratitude to the government of the day for supporting this landmark legislation, which will really have a great impact in uplifting the lives of our constituents. Its economic benefit as an avenue employment opportunity to our frontliners, the medical professionals, and improving the health services. The BARM government, led by our Amirul Mujahideen, the interim chief minister of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, Honorable Ahud Balawak Ibrahim, our parliament speaker, the revolutionary Democrat, Attorney Pangalian Ali Balindong, to to MP Dr. Safrula Dipatuan, MP Attorney Ambulodto, MP Bainon Caron, for being physically present during the public consultation in Buluan, Maguindanao. Again, Mr. Speaker, a vision turning to reality. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, pagpalain, Bangsamoro. Healthcare is undeniably an important aspect of any society, and one of the essential components of a good healthcare system is its hospital facilities. Under Section 22, Article 9 of the Bangsamoro Organic Law mandates the Bangsamoro government to adopt a policy on health that provides for a comprehensive and integrated health service delivery for its constituents. The Bangsamoro Organic Law further directs for the protection of promotion of the right to health of the people, upholding the right to have access to essential goods, health, and other social services that promote their well-being. As a legislator, Mr. Speaker, for 17 years, serving the then Regional Legislative Assembly, starting at the tender age of 28, and now part of the few chosen pioneering interim members of the Bangsamoro Parliament appointed by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, I can look back now with a happy heart. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, originally, when I filed the bill on March 2021, I intended to upgrade the bed capacity to 200, Mr. Speaker, but settled to level 2, 150 bed capacity because of the clamor, desire of great number of hospitals all over Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao that wants to have standardized and upgraded medical facility in their area. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, with the coming of a standardized level 2, 150 bed capacity, Buluan District Hospital is expected to extend more services such as departmentalized clinical services, respiratory unit, general ICU, high-risk pregnancy unit, NICU, tertiary clinical laboratory, blood station, second-level X-ray, with mobile unit that will cater the needs of grassroots communities in the area. It is also, Mr. Speaker, expected to generate jobs and employment and estimate 404 medical practitioners in the span of 3 to 4 years transition period, Mr. Speaker. Presently, the Buluan District Hospital, as a 75-bed capacity hospital, is implementing or operating as a 200-bed health facility with an average inpatient daily admission of 90 to 200 patients, Mr. Speaker. Based on report from 2016 to 2020, bed occupancy rate has consistently risen, reaching at times up to 400%. It is worth remembering that during the time 8th Assembly of the former Regional Legislative Assembly of the defunct ARM, this humble representation, MP Toy Mangudadatu was then an elected assemblyman representing the 2nd District of Maguindanao, who authored and steered the adoption of Muslim Mindanao Autonomy Act No. 308, increasing the bed capacity of Buluan District Hospital from 25 bed into a 75-bed capacity health facility, Mr. Speaker. Our people deserve the best healthcare services. The Bangsamoro deserve to enjoy the gains of the peace process. The Bangsamoro expects a lot from this Bangsamoro Parliament. Let us all remember, my dear colleagues in this august chamber, that BARM is the product of decades of struggle and sacrifices, the byproduct of blood, sweat, tears, ideals, aspirations, and dreams of our mujahidins. I dedicate this landmark legislation to all our forebearers, to all the mothers, to all the widows, and those who have been orphaned fighting for us. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleague, And now, as I go on to the next chapter in my life, Alhamdulillah, and will be leading the municipality of Pandag, the home of the historic Madrasatul Rashida, the first Sanawi Islamic secondary school in mainland Mindanao that produces the first few batches of young Muslims who were sent abroad by elders to study Islam and military science. To name a few, my dear colleagues, of them, Sheikh Khalifa Nando, Ustaz Castro, Ustaz Kampong, Ustaz Abdul Rahman Bidis, and Sheikh Hasim Salamat. To greater heights, I am optimistic, inshallah, that we are on Sirat al-Mustaqim, the right path. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues,